It's EU4. Again. Sorry, there's no quirky intro this time. The intro writers have escaped the basement. So until I can wrangle them back in, this is the best we've got. Minor details aside, welcome to Ante Bellum 1.6, The Legacy of Seljuk. Everyone's favorite alt history mod for EU4, where the Reconquista failed. And other things. 1.6 adds in some new stuff for Byzantium, Anatolia, and Caucasia, multiple mutually exclusive mission tree paths, 17 new mission trees, some of which have over 50 missions, and Byzantium's having over 70, and of course new events decisions and all of that good stuff. As of when I'm recording this, it comes out in a few weeks on February 2nd, so thank you very much Parmaline for dropping the early release for me, I much appreciate it. Now, let's begin with our Legacy of Seljuk. A bit of context for the Seljuks here. A few hundred years ago, they were under the command of the Persian Empire, before the Persian Civil War allowed them to break free and pursue their own conquests. The Seljuks used to own large portions of Anatolia and the Caucasus, but after crumbling along religious lines, they're now what you see here. As per usual, we can start with the estates, by turning on a development edict and giving ourselves one dev click here. Now we can pick up religious states, primacy of the Umera, and land of commerce. Here are the rest of the privileges so far. Then we can sell titles and seize some land. For the sake of being over 5% crown land, I'll also put another Diplo dev, just not right now. As for the rivals, we'll pick up the Nizarids of course, and Nicaea. The Seljuk mission tree is, to put it lightly, massive.
Damn, Daniel!
There are 8 different missions we could start on right now, but we'll just figure out which one to do as we go. For now, let's be friends with the Timurids, and maybe we'll subjugate Hisan Kaifa. Okay, let's get started. Right. Well, that ruins one of my plans. And there goes my other plan. Okay. Well, on second thought, maybe we can do this diplomatically. It may take some time for us to improve our economic base, but we'll get there. For now, a new target. We have some extra money, so I wouldn't mind grabbing an extra advisor here. The military tradition sucks, but I don't want my king dying early on me and losing a stab for that, so... Hopefully this guy isn't garbage. Well, could be worse. Could be 2 movement pips. Now, let the first war begin. It didn't have to be this way, Acunids, but you just had to ally up with the Nizarids. Alright, we can deal with this pretty easily. I'll just scorch this. And never mind, I guess. Oh yeah, forgot about the most broken government reform. Don't mind if I do. Let's make sure to break that alliance, and we'll be on our way. Well, this might turn out easier than I thought. Hey kids, remember to always take your cavalry off sieges if you no longer need them, since they also take attrition and are more expensive to reinforce. They also loot provinces faster, which is nice. Armies also loot if you have no maintenance on, so you can get yourself a couple of extra bucks at the end of a war, if you don't mind the devastation so much. Alright, those are the provinces we need, and yoink. Now that we've dominated the Beyliks, all Turkish provinces that we conquered that aren't already Sunni will have a local missionary strength bonus, and we get permaclaims. Now, what we just conquered was already part of a state, so despite the fact we haven't finished coring them, we can already decrease that autonomy and take full advantage of them. And the permaclaims we got will be particularly useful in the conquest of Cilicia. Now we can pick up the next Miltech, which should make this battle, even without a general, very easy. Now with this port here, it's pretty easy for us to maintain this blockade, and that's GG. I wouldn't mind dragging a bit of this back home. We'll lose 2 dev, but that's not the end of the world. Now, every province we just conquered gets a culture conversion cost modifier for the rest of the game. Probably won't use it since it's not that useful, but it's there now. And more permaclaims. I've never seen this event before. I don't gain a whole lot of sailors, and I don't have a very big navy, so I think I'm gonna go with the army reform. And we can also take back a little bit of land. Well, conveniently enough, I was probably going to conquest these guys anyway, so yeah, sure, why not? With 2 conquests under our belt, let's give ourselves a bit of time to rest up. We can expand the Devshirma system for 10% more manpower. Oh man, what are you doing? Better not be something stupid. Yeah, it's something stupid. Hey, the Renaissance spawned. Very nice. Looks like it's in Italy this time. Normally you'd think, but it's always in Italy. But not in this mod. Last time I played it actually spawned in Constantinople. which is rather weird, but at least there's a bit of variety. It's time to play everyone's favorite game. Which separatists will rise up next? Place your bets on Armenian, Chepnid, or Trapezuntine. Spoilers. It's the Armenian, which for some reason spawned over here despite the fact that there was no separatism here. I'll just wait till they get to the fort then. Alright, I have full claims and a bunch of favors to use, so let's get started. I'll just let my allies siege that down while I deal with the rebels. Hopefully the Timurids don't die. And something I never really noticed is that trust actually helps you vassalize people, so that's cool. Also, let's turn this into a full state. Why not? Yeah, Timurids are probably fine. Well, looks like we can peace out. So I'll take a bit of money and war reps, thank you very much. And yoink. Alright, that makes mission number 3. Of course, let's decrease a couple of autonomies. Hey, took us around 10 years, but we're back to great power status. Now let's continue our goal of reclaiming the legacy of Seljuk. We could grab some money right now, but I really want to go ahead and pick up the first admin tech before we do that. Maybe even pick up the military tech as well. Tech cost discounts are few and far between, and we need the Renaissance. Oh, okay, I'll be back in a few years. We have more pressing issues to deal with now. They have more discipline, more morale, more defensiveness, more professionalism. It's not looking great so far. We just have to pray for some good rules. Oh yeah, that'll definitely do it. Maybe we should also pick up some morale of armies. The general just died, so let's see what the king can offer us. Well, it's not bad, I guess. Oh, you've got to be joking. Well, that's where it's time for me to leave. It might be a little expensive, but I'm gonna pick this up real quick. Now we can pick up a little bit of money and get rid of that corruption. And we may need a few mercs. We'll turn on a bunch of increased enlistment to get ourselves some more manpower, but ultimately I don't expect to get that much. Glad I at least have my trusty allies with me. Don't know what I would do without you guys, standing in this random province. Okay, first reform. Out of these 3, it's pretty much a no-brainer to grab this one. Minimum autonomy and territories decrease, plus extra governing cap, yes please. Okay, Timurids are insane, literally crazy. They're gonna get us all killed. No idea what they're thinking pushing up this far, but hey, I'll help them out a little. Ooh, well that's awkward. Yeah, you'll just have to wait a bit on that one. We're doing suspiciously well on these forts right here, which makes me wonder where the Nizarids are. Oh, never mind, found them. Yeah, I expected as much. Well, Timurids, I shall forever appreciate your sacrifice. Well, I'll be taking this one province for Syria, and I could reward the Timurids with a bit of money, as a treat. There we go. Well, now that we're out of the war, let's go ahead and vassalize Sisin Kaifa, which will give us permaclaims, some diplo power, and vassal force to make contribution for the rest of the game. Now, I do need a third subject for this mission. I guess I could go with a jam once they finish their war, since they also have cores in Persia, and that would be useful. Yeah, sure, why not? Alright, nice. Third vassal. That'll give us some extra money and income from vassals for the rest of the game. Looks like Sisin Kaifa also has a massive mission tree here. They have a lot of free claims actually. If I help them develop, they can actually get claims all the way to down here. We may just have to consider it. There's the stack wipe. Looks like they hired some mercs, and that could get bad if I don't take care of that quickly. Well, so far so good. We pretty much have this in the bag. I don't really mind if we suffer the extra 10% on this, since overall, it still costs less than usual. The Nizarids kind of scare me a little bit, and they've also gone ahead and taken quantity, so to counteract that, I'll probably have to take my own quantity. Oh no, don't you dare. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. Nope, I'm not going to let them do this. Nizarids are a bitch. Okay, Nizarids, I'm dowing you as soon as possible. Looks like we'll have to beat up the Nizarids sooner than I thought. For now, I'll be taking this. Alright, I missed my opportunity, so we'll have to deal with the Nizarids later. Okay, I'll take this much for my subjects from Karakoyunlu. And luckily for my subject, we have a very fancy mission here, which removes all devastation for the 2 states that we just conquered. There we go. It's as if nothing ever happened. Well, while we're at it, we may as well keep doing a little bit more conquest. You know, sometimes I think the AI is just outright stupid, just entirely. They've been doing this for a few minutes now. I kind of want to see if they'll stop. While that's going on over there, we can go and clean up this tag as well. I guess we could also hire a general and move into here. Looks like my subject just grabbed this for me, so he can have it. We're still somewhat early into the game, but I can't help but feel that decreasing the AE as soon as possible is still the best idea. Looks like we can easily get Wallachia out. And of course, we'll go for a full annexation. I think we've done pretty well for the last 20 years, but one of the problems that still remains is the Renaissance. But so long as I don't get rudely declared on by anyone, I should be able to figure that out. Alright, I upgraded the market and I turned on the edict, so now this costs about 9% less than usual, and we already start with 30%. So hopefully it doesn't take too many points. Well, if this isn't the most obvious attack. Ah, well that's nice. Oh shoot. Alright, let's get out of that. Well, this might end up being the stupidest decision I'll ever make. Or maybe not. Alright, the situation right now is looking pretty bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out a couple of loans. And we still have a bit of manpower, so I'm gonna build a second army. Well, this could either end up being a huge mistake, or the best save I've ever made. The best save it is. To be honest, I don't even want that much from the Nizarids. I just want them to stop attacking me. Okay, I just embraced the Renaissance, so I guess at this point, I would just be looking for a bit of money. Well, actually, money in this, that would be great. Maybe this too. Probably not, though. Well, this could either be really good or really bad. Or, okay, I guess that's also fine. Well, that was a pretty stupid idea. Oh my god, please stop making these terrible decisions. Please stop. What have you done? Yeah, there's no saving that. Well, hold on a second. And the cavalry's here. Well, would you look at that? So, the god tier heir died. Guess it's time for us to pick a new one. By number of points, this 12-point heir is better, but I would probably prefer to have strong admin. Well, here we go again. I swear we lose more and more men every battle. Okay. If I end up piecing out, that's gonna cause a couple of problems. So let's start by boosting the stability once, even if it's a little bit expensive. Okay, the fort's finally been taken, and I'm very much done with this war. Out of money, out of manpower, that's it for me. But at least we get these 2 provinces, war reps, and a little bit of money. The next time we fight the Nizarids, hopefully I'll be able to use my Reconquest CB. Otherwise, we'll just be sitting here with a useless vassal for a while. But in the meantime, let's focus on a bit of our own stability. Finally picked up Tech 6, but that definitely would have been more useful during the war. Well, at least now I won't have to worry about fighting these guys. For our tier 3 reform, we have the unique one for the Seljuks. We also have this one over here, but between the two, I would definitely prefer the core creation cost and the monthly reform progress modifier. Eventually, I might swap this over to decentralized bureaucracy, but for now, I think this is fine. Also, if we grant a third privilege to the Dhimmi, then we'll get 20% manpower recovery speed for 20 years, and considering what we have right now, that's probably a good idea. So we'll start by granting enforced unity of faith to the ulema, and then we shall conscript the Dhimmi. And there we go. It's a rare opportunity for Nicaea to be so diplomatically isolated, so I think this is our chance. Alright, let's see if we can win this battle here. And rip. Looks like they're gonna try and go for a naval battle as well, but I have more galleys and I'll probably survive this, maybe. I think we're still going to win. Well, maybe if I have a better admiral. Okay, never mind. We're leaving. Well, that's annoying. There are just a bunch of transports over here, so I'm thinking we can grab a little bit of something. Or not. Ah, there goes the capital at last. I'll let these guys deal with a couple of rebels for me, and we can piece Theodoro out. Ah, it's the small things in life you have to treasure. Thank you for making my life easier. Alright, now we have less of a navy to deal with. Even with fewer ships, we should be able to win with more galleys. And with that last siege, this war is now over. We could take this mission right now, but I think I'd prefer to do that right as we're about to annex more territory. Wouldn't want to waste any of that aggressive expansion impact. So I decrease some autonomy and rebalance the armies a little bit, so I have 2 stacks here. And then I notice for some reason, there are 2 cars. Why? Because, I guess. In any case, we're ready to go to war again, and I'll be taking one of these cars. I hope the rebels wouldn't mind if I just take this myself. Thank you. Oh, turns out it was this car's. Well, that sucks. Oh my god, that was a rough battle. Thankfully it comes with a free stack wipe. Well, that should just about do it for Karakoyonlu. So I'll be claiming this mission here, and this is what we'll be annexing. I'll keep this part over here, but the rest can go to my subjects. A gem also has some land to be reconquested, so let's get started on that as well. For our second age ability, I think improved war taxes makes a lot of sense. These sieges are extremely painful. I think I'll swap the hostile trading policy temporarily while I build the spy network in here. If you're ever wondering why I swapped the control of some forts over to my subjects instead of myself, it's because you pay for forts which you don't even own if you have them occupied. Alright, time for the second idea group. I think in this case we want religious for sure, considering my current religious unity. And it looks like the Seljuk ideas are very much much in favor of going religious either way, so let's take it. Looks like Transoxiana is willing to leave, and soon we'll give this all to a jam. Well, almost all of this. The truce with the Nizarids is up, and this time, I'll be the one declaring. Just give me a few minutes to deal with rebels and I'll be right there. We may need to convince the Timurids to help us out for this one, which we definitely have enough favors for, and with most of the men in place, it's time for us to exact our revenge. Looks like Seljuk traditions plus war taxes just carries the entire cost of the war. We should probably do as much as possible before we lose that then. Should also probably turn this into an actual state. Yeah, this battle started off okay, but it's probably time to leave. Yeah, probably should have expected all these issues. For now we'll focus on the sieging. Apparently I can propagate religion in Aleppo, but I'm not exactly sure where it thinks it's going to propagate, but okay. I was kind of curious as to where the Nizarids are if I'm sieging down their homeland so freely. Looks like we found the answer again. I don't really want to be that guy, but like, this is kind of anticlimactic. Kind of thought there would be more major battles, but we've just been sieging the whole time. Now we'll get some manpower back, province war score cost, some permaclaims, and 5% discipline. Now that we're at peace, I can repay all of my loans, decrease some autonomies, and I might assign a couple of pashas. I'm not sure how much they'll annoy me, but at least I can turn on some edicts. With a bunch of pashas assigned, I can get myself minus 10% state maintenance for the rest of the game. There isn't anything particularly useful Syria was going to give me anyway, and now that they've gotten all their cores back, I think I'll just annex them. Speaking of annexation, well, that was fast. Alright, we've conquered Georgia, and we have more things to do still. The Eastern Frontier wants me to take this stuff over here. Luckily, it's not the whole country, so this should be pretty easy. On second thought, I think I'm just gonna full annex them. It probably won't take that long. I would go with Biapis as well, but I should probably re-ally up with the Timurids first. Otherwise, that would kinda suck. We can go after these guys, though. Sheesh, this air system is broken. Alright, the truce with Nicaea is up, and I'm looking to grab Constantinople. Looks like there are even more free tags to take over. This battle looks surprisingly promising. Sheesh. Let's do that again. Well, this battle's looking a little bit rough. I think I'm gonna pull what's called a gamer move. Alright, now that we have a battle going on here, they can't cross anymore. It doesn't look like I get claims on Theodoro in my mission tree, so... well, there goes the capital. Speaking of which... let's give this all to my subject. I'm sure my subjects are also able to take on Fars as well. Alright, hopefully this time we can crush them. There we go. Well, Bulgaria will finally leave, so we can finally claim Constantinople. The bulwark has been shattered, and we've claimed the city of the world's desire. Now our leader gets a few bonuses until he dies, and if we want to, we can move our capital to Constantinople. The truce with Karakoyunlu is up, so let's finish off this region. Naturally, that land's gonna end up going to a jam, and for the tier 4 reform, I think I'm gonna go for professional army. And now with this over with, we've finally finished the Eastern Frontier. Now, I would love to peace out of this war, but it looks like someone took the one piece of land I actually wanted. I guess we'll just have to attack them later. Because the Timurids at war, we had the brief opportunity to seize Biapis as well. I'll be taking that, thank you very much. Alright, finally we're at peace, so let's take some land back. Well, it was fun being friends with the Timurids, but I think they've outlived their usefulness. Looks like it's that time again. Really? A coalition? Right now? With those numbers? Yeah, okay. Oh, it is not looking so good for Hormuz right now. Well, that's convenient. Let's make sure we hop on that real quick. Alright, there goes the capital. Now let's see if we can get this thing over with. I actually almost forgot about Cyprus, so we have to take that first. Finally, we can take what I wanted to grab a while ago, so that'll get us some extra claims for free. Finally, we managed to integrate Syria. Let's go ahead and turn those into states. And let's end this war. Alright, we've retaken the Holy Land for ourselves, so we get tolerance of heathens for the rest of the game, and a bunch of permaclaims. And of course, we're also going to decrease the autonomy around here. And we'll accept Syrian culture. The next Miltech is a little expensive, but no one spawned colonialism yet, so it's not like I have much of a choice. While we have made a lot of people angry with the conquests we've been doing, we could always make them angrier. We might have killed the Nizarids a little too hard if Ethiopia is going after them. Well, so long as they don't take anything out of Egypt, I don't really care. I'm also just kind of waiting for this royal marriage to end before I can invade the Timurids. Maybe this wasn't a very good idea after all. Alright, religious ideas are finally completed. Unfortunately, there's not much left to convert. Fortunately, there is a lot to invade. Let's start by annexing Liristan, which we apparently need for a mission, but don't immediately get a permaclaim for. It was just pure luck that they managed to ally someone. Apparently this land is too far away to be cored, which is mildly annoying, but I could also just wait like a year and we'll be able to court it then. Alright, now that I've built up some galleys to clear out this part over here, now we can take Tech 9, so now I can take all of Oman. Well, we have other things to occupy ourselves with anyway. Well, this is everything we need from this war. And now we can finish off quantity. So it looks like we're probably going to have to spawn in colonialism ourselves, unless I feel like losing innovativeness, which, you know, I don't. And the best place for that is probably right here. There we go. The truce with the Nizarids is up again, which means it's time to go back to war. Firstly falls Cairo, then their armies, many armies actually, then the navy, and finally the capital. I'm going to start by taking Hormuz's land. Of course. Anyway, let's take what we came here for. Now we're the custodian of the holy cities, and this is where our mission tree gets to shine. The identity of the Celtic Turks. For centuries, the head of the house of Seljuk has taken the title of Ghazi and Sultan. So we get to decide, are we going to integrate into Levantine culture, or are we going to remain in the Altaic culture group? Whichever one we decide is what determines the missions we're going to get following. And I think that's a great place to end off for a part 1. If this video gets 2,000 likes, we can decide which path we're going to take and go down the rest of those missions. Or if you'd like to explore these paths yourself, then I encourage you to download the Ante Bellum mod and explore all the new features coming to 1.6. Judging by our progress so far, you can see the Seljuks are a very overpowered nation, with a really good mission tree and fantastic ideas. And that's just one of the several mission trees added for this update. Don't forget to leave a comment letting me know which one of these two you'd like me to go down for part 2. Be sure to check out the Twitch at switch.tv/QuarbitGaming. I stream 5 times a week, and we're currently doing a Ryukyu World Conquest. That's it for me. This is Quarbit signing off, and as always, have a fantastic day. Big thanks to all the patrons this month, especially Commander Natsuki, Ben Greenhagen, Quiet Guy, Torvald, Bouncer Steve, Sean, Robert Kaleno, Chewy Shoot, and The Watcher. Patrons get early access to videos, so if you want early access, all you have to do is click the link down below and sign up. If you're looking for more videos to watch, I recommend these ones up on screen.